We're going to simulate evolution in Phanerozoic. Hi, I'm Board Game James, your queer autistic board gaming friend, and let's dive into something that's going to involve some complex systems, which we, of course, love to break down. The common elements in Phanerozoic are drafting of cards, where you're going to pass a hand of cards around the entire table, pick one of them and pass. Then we're going to go into some action selection, where you're going to mutate all of the living creatures in the ecosystem or play out new living creatures. In order to play out new creatures, you're going to have to meet the demands of the new creature and evolve from the previous creature. So this trilobite here needs to have had 2 stars added to it, as well as already contains the insect and the egg icons. So I'm allowed to play out the Anthropolura, which is really gross looking. This game has some amazing artwork, and of course this is a prototype, so it's all subject to change, but so far, so good. Your hidden objectives could be things such as making sure that the algae and the trilobite are living by the end of the game, or making sure that the T-Rex has come into play, or that the T-Rex has become extinct. There's a varying selection of cards that are going to give you those endgame objectives, and you're going to get points for each card that matches that condition. What's unique, however, is the nature phase, where all of the ecosystem is going to either evolve or become extinct. Everything needs to eat and grow, or it's going to die off. And that's how you're going to evaluate, things that are in the extinction pile for your endgame objectives, or things that are still living by the end of the game. You're going to have to manage to make sure that they are living and dying. The game comes with these unique cards here that are going to have a population time on them. And so you're going to evaluate the card, you're going to see what it needs to grow, and then go from there. So this one here is going to eat a plant or an animal, and it's going to prefer plants and animals that are already in the ocean habitats. And then if there are matches here, so we've got the algae here and the Anthropoloma here, the algae has a number of 3, so that is closer to the trilobite. So the trilobite is going to eat the algae. So the algae's population would come down. However, we do evaluate these first. The algae itself just wants sun to grow. So the algae is satisfied. When it grows and it's satisfied, it doubles its population. And so now we have a bunch of algae ready for this trilobite to eat. The trilobite has a population of 4. So it wants to eat 4 algae. So now this is going to come back down. And then our trilobite was fully satisfied. It ate everything it needed, so its population now increases. And now we got to go on to the Anthropolona. This also wants to eat plants. There's 8 plants here though. And so this algae doesn't have enough to satisfy it, so it becomes extinct. And the Anthropolura couldn't eat everything that it needed, so its population is actually going to halve because we were missing 4 of those algae. And that's kind of the idea of the game. This is going to become bigger and bigger and more complex as you play throughout the game and with more players. However, it's one shared tableau. You evaluate the top and then you evaluate the bottom, and they're going to eat and feast upon each other, becoming more extinct or growing throughout the game, which is really neat. If you enjoy deep strategy, drafting games, mental challenges, and can do quick math, Phanerozoic is definitely going to be for you. Check it out on Kickstarter now, as well as make sure you check me out, like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Is this something that you're going to do?